Well, I haven't really had anything to film because I haven't been working a whole lot because it's been raining non-stop. I didn't get to do Friday's yards because it was raining Saturday and Sunday. Monday, I was supposed to do it today, but it was raining again all day. You know, then it dried up a little bit. The sun came out like now. Made me think, oh, maybe I should load up my stuff and try and get something done. And I was like, let me check the radar just in case, because you never know. And there was just a little hole that was coming over us, and it was going to start raining again in like 17 minutes. So I'm glad I didn't do all that and get poured on. So it just stopped raining a little while ago. Everything's drying out pretty much, but I'm gonna go get my son at the bus stop now. The good news is that it's supposed to stop raining this week. This should be it. Should be sunny and in the 80s the rest of the week. I can't wait.
Should I call you now? Walking?
So I'm still falling victim to the rat race. It's just like I'm still getting caught up in the same mentality that I had the last 15 years that I was in the wrong career. You know, it's hard to break old habits, and success is a major contributor to falling back into your old habits because there's no accountability, there's no need to change, there's no, you know, there's no smack in the face. You know, it's when you're at your darkest hour, you know, you lose your job, or, you know, your family life is falling apart, or whatever, something horrible is happening, there's a death in the family. Those are the moments that bring reality back into focus and make you realize that changes might need to be made, or that things are going to get better, or whatever. But success blinds you to all of that. It just masks everything. And, you know, I'm now up to 38 yards, and I've been saying for the last 2 years that my goal is to have around 30. You know, if I could have exactly 30 weekly yards, then I'd be set, because then I can be 100% serviceable to all of them, for all of them, and do more than just mow their lawns. And that's what I want to do. I want to be closer to a full service lawn care provider. I don't really want to get into the fertilizing and weed control as much. I don't want to have to buy a tank or anything like that. I have a backpack sprayer and a spreader and all that already, so I can do that in some smaller scale situations. And I do. I got my license over the winter, applicator's license and all that, so you know, everything's official, and I do some of that on the smaller scale for some of my smaller yards. But the majority of my larger yards, I just let the local company take care of it. They do a great job. They can come out, bang it out. I don't have to worry about it. But I do everything else, all the lawn maintenance. But it's really tough to get to all that, especially with all this rain that we've been getting. That's when you really realize how being 100% serviceable is a big deal, and how you're not 100% serviceable if you have too much work, too many yards, you're taking on more than you can handle. And hiring employees is not always the right answer. That's not in my business model. And I got away from that. I got to get focused back on my business plan, because that's what's going to be best for me, best for my family. I'll still be making good money, helping pay bills and then some, and pay for business expenses and everything else, and still have time to do things for myself, to do things with my family, and to be happy with my life and my career. And then when it comes time to hire employees, I want to be making the decision. I don't want to need to hire employees. I want to be ready to. I want to hire employees. because that's the next level that I want to be at, that I'm ready for. And yeah, there's always going to be some hesitation because that's a big next step for a lot of people. Additional taxes, insurance, all these things to cover employees, and obviously extra expenses and everything else. But you know, it still ultimately comes down to wanting to do it and not feeling like I have to do it just to keep up with all the work that I'm getting. You know, I keep forgetting that I'm in control of this. I can say no. I've said no. I could probably be closer to 50 yards right now if I just kept saying yes to every yard. But, you know, a good handful of those would be all over town, and I'd be wasting so much time driving all over the place and not making as much profit, and I'd be killing my weekends, working 6 or 7 days a week. And that's not what at this point in my life, that's not what I want to do. I'm in my late 30s, contrary to popular belief. I know I look young, but you know, I'm in my late 30s, and I don't want to keep working the same way I have been for the previous 15 years before I started my own lawn care business 3 years ago, which was running myself ragged. I was sick all the time. I was tired all the time, like literally sick. Like I was always getting, you know, I got pneumonia, I was getting bronchitis all the time, sinus infections, laryngitis, ear infections. Every single time I got a cold, it turned into something else I had to go to the doctor and get antibiotics for, like every other month. I was always tired, I was miserable. It was just a horrible, you know, existence for me, and I really feel bad for my wife and my children having to go through that, and I want to make that up to them, and I want to live my life. And that's why I started doing this with my business, started a business, got away from my old career, started something new so that I can be more in control. So yeah, I don't have a boss anymore breathing down my throat, so that's half the battle, but the other half is not overworking myself. And I'm in that same situation now where I'm just working nonstop. Okay, so this clip was from last week. It's safe to say that I was going through some stuff last week. You know, it's probably because the rain was starting to get to me. You know, it's one of the rainiest months of the year here in Virginia. I think we got up to number 7, maybe even number 5, top rainiest month. But so I'm sure that had something to do with it. You know, the new house construction, everything going on. It's exciting, but also nerve-wracking at the same time. And just being as busy as I am with my business and realizing that things are kind of slipping away from me, and I'm getting really involved with my business and not coming home, you know, for dinner every night, not being involved with my kids' activities and being there for them, and being able to spend time with my wife and maybe doing something that I want to do, like go for a run or a bike ride or whatever. You know, I think all that stuff all together was kind of getting to me a little bit last week. But I'm not going to say everything's, you know, 100%, you know, cleared up by this week, but definitely it being nice and sunny and dry. I got caught up on all my work, and that definitely helps. Went through a lot of different things in my head, talked some things through, got refocused, and I think I'm back in action, ready to start off next week again, hitting the ground running. Going to be another Tuesday through Saturday schedule again next week because I'm honoring Memorial Day and taking that day off. I don't think most people want their lawns being mowed that day anyway. You know, a lot of people have company over. They might be grilling outside, things like that, playing catch or whatever. It's a nice family day, a nice day to honor those that fought for our country. So I would definitely want to take that day off to spend with my family, and I'll start back up on Tuesday. So it'll be Tuesday through Saturday instead of Monday through Friday, same 5 days. Going with that mindset, it's not a big deal. Still have the same amount of days off, and I'd rather have the holiday weekend off and work next weekend if I have to, if it rains or something. But it doesn't look like there's going to be much rain next week, if at all, so that's good. Another week to hopefully I can keep going strong and not get behind, or not get behind that much. So anyway, with that all being said, I still think with this clip there's some valuable information that I still want to share, but we'll just fast forward through all the other stuff and get to the good parts. Right now I'm listening to the 4-Hour Work Week. Tim Ferriss is an awesome, entertaining author, and he's living that life now. I mean, you know, he barely works and he's making a ton of money. And I don't want to be rich. And he's even, you know, towards the end of the book now, he's giving examples of people that aren't necessarily millionaires, but they're still living their life to the fullest. Why wait till you're retired to be a millionaire? Why work your whole life to become a millionaire just to retire and only have however many years left of your life to enjoy it? Some people don't even make it that far. Some people work so hard trying to make their millions or hundreds of thousands or whatever that they don't even make it because they burn themselves out, they get sick, they die. It's not worth it. So they don't even make it to retirement. So what was the point of doing all that? So we should be living, like he says, mini retirements. But the point is we should be enjoying our life throughout our whole life, not waiting till retirement. What a sad way to end our life when we're really old and possibly all beat up physically and might have some health issues, to be able to retire and enjoy life. That's not enjoying life. Enjoy life not now while you're younger and healthier and your kids are young and healthy. If you have any, or if you're going to have some, enjoy them, etc. This is the time to live. So the good news is there's no rain in the forecast for the next week. It's supposed to be in the 80s and sunny. Today it should already be up to 80. I'm getting hot. I'm gonna need to probably change in a little while. The bad news, I'm only on Friday's yards and it's Tuesday. So I have to hurry up and mow frantically like a madman and get as much done as I can because I'm way behind. I just finished Friday, now I'm on to Monday. If I could only be one day behind, that would be making progress. So hopefully I can get all of Monday's route done today. Well, I'm about to be done for the day. Don't have too much sun left. I didn't even really get halfway done with my Monday schedule, but looks like I'm gonna stay behind tomorrow. Day and a half behind, but I hopefully will get it made up soon. Now we're off to Tuesday's yards. It's Wednesday. Still, I'm finishing up the last two from Monday that I didn't get done yesterday. Get those done now and then move on. Had to break out the shorts today. It's getting hot. Finally all caught up. I have to work Saturday, but I'm still working 5 days. So instead of Monday through Friday, it's Tuesday through Saturday. So if you think that way, you're not behind, you're right on schedule. So tomorrow, instead of doing Thursday's lawns, I'm doing Wednesday's lawns, but that's just because everything shifted back a day. So I'm back on track now, and hopefully I can finish the week out that way. There's no rain in the forecast. It's been hot and sunny all week. And then I can enjoy Sunday and Monday off for Memorial Day weekend. And then work another Tuesday through Saturday the following week. So I just have to get my mind right and change that mindset. You know, whatever you schedule your days to work is whatever you schedule your days to work. So you're not behind if you are still working 5 days. If you're working 6 days because whatever happened and you know you didn't get enough stuff done and you're trying to get caught up, that's a whole other thing. Then you truly are behind, you know, unless you took on additional yards or jobs that people contacted you for, so you have to work that 6 day. But if you're just trying to get your regular 5 days worth of work into 6 days, then that's, you know, obviously you feel like you're catching up and you're behind and all that. But if you just, you know that you're still going to get 5 days worth of work done in 5 days, and you're fine. I did start off the week behind though, because like I said the other day on Tuesday, I was doing Friday's lawns, and trying to get to Mondays, which I did, but I didn't finish Mondays. I just couldn't get 2 days worth of work done in one day. So I finished what little bit of Monday. I had 2 Monday yards left this morning, and I did all of Tuesday's yards today, Wednesday. So I'm back on track, technically. Feels good, finally relief. Finishing up the last 3 of the day. Right there, and right there. So those 3. Knock those out, I can go home. Feels good getting back to normal.